Hey everyone, so today we are taking a look at a pretty huge new feature from ChillSharp. It's all about making your applications truly AI ready. Let's just jump right in. We've all seen how incredibly powerful AI agents and these large language models can be. But here's the catch. There's this massive gap between their general smarts and the very specific, unique context of your application's data. And that right there, that's the big problem we're going to solve today. So let's really dig into this disconnect. Think of AI agents as these brilliant outsiders. They have no idea what a customer invoice actually means inside your system or what the real-world difference is between a draft status and an overdue one. If they're going to do anything truly useful for you, they need some kind of bridge to understand what your data actually means. Now, when developers try to connect AI to data, they usually fall into one of two traps. First, you've got direct database access, which is, let's be honest, a total security nightmare just waiting to happen. On the other hand, you could build custom one-off APIs for every single AI task, but that's slow, brittle, and gets super expensive fast. Neither of these is a real, scalable solution for an enterprise application. So what's the right way to fix this? Well, ChillSharp is introducing a new module that acts as this intelligent semantic bridge. The whole idea is, instead of just throwing raw data at the AI, it actually describes the data's purpose and its context. This allows an AI to understand it and interact with it safely. I love this analogy because it just hits the nail on the head. You're not just giving the AI the keys to the warehouse and saying, "Good luck." No way. You are the expert tour guide, walking the AI through a carefully planned exhibition of your data model. You get to point out what each piece means and how it all fits together. So what's the tech behind all this? It's called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. You can think of it as a kind of universal language that lets AI agents ask your app three simple questions. What data do you have? What does it all mean? And how can I work with it? All right, so how does this actually work? How do you teach the AI about your data? Well, the answer is way simpler and more elegant than you might think. You just add descriptions right there in your code. And that is the real magic of this whole thing. As a developer, you don't have to go build some brand new system. You just work with the C# entity classes you've already got, and you decorate them with these descriptive attributes using plain, simple, natural language. For instance, let's say you have an invoice entity. At the class level, you can add a description just like this, and boom. Suddenly the AI doesn't just see an invoice object, it understands its role in the business, that it's a billable record with line items, a status, and all that. And you can get even more detailed. For a single property like status, you can give a description that not only explains what it is, but even lists the valid values. This is so powerful because it lets the AI do really accurate filtering and updates just from a natural language request. So all this context lets the AI follow a really logical step-by-step process. First, it asks, hey, what data is even available? Using a command called getSchemaList. Then it picks one and asks for the details with getSchema, and that's pronounced getSchema, which is where it reads all your helpful descriptions. Only after it understands the data does it even try to query or change anything. Okay, this all sounds incredible, but I know what you're thinking. What about security, right? If an AI can just create and delete records, how do you stop it from causing total chaos? This is maybe the most important piece of the puzzle. And the answer is simple. The MCP module is not some kind of security backdoor, not at all. It's built right on top of ChillSharp's proven enterprise-grade access control model. Every single thing an AI tries to do is checked against the exact same tough permission rules as a human user. No exceptions. And we're not talking about a simple on or off switch here. This security model is seriously robust. It starts with default deny, which means nothing is allowed unless you specifically say it is. You can set rules for specific users that override their roles. You can control access down to a single property on an object. And most importantly, all of this is enforced on the server. The server is always the final word. So, what happens when you put this amazing descriptive power together with that kind of ironclad security? Well, the result is you finally unlock the ability to build real enterprise-grade AI features straight into your application. The AI isn't just stuck reading data. It can do the whole shebang of CRUD operations: querying, finding, creating, updating, and yep, even deleting things. But here's the crucial part. Every single one of those actions is governed by that super strict, granular permission model we just talked about. This quote right from the documentation really gets to the heart of the philosophy here. It's all about being intentional. You are in the driver's seat. You get to decide which parts of your data model are actually safe and useful for an AI to see and touch. You're not going to expose internal system tables or logs. You curate the entire experience. And really, that's the bottom line. This isn't just some cool idea. It's a practical framework for building that next generation of software, where your users can interact with their own data just by talking to it, all while you maintain the rock-solid security and control that businesses absolutely have to have. With ChillSharp's MCP module, you can finally build that bridge between your application's data and the incredible power of artificial intelligence. So the only question left to ask is, now that your data is ready, is your AI